Hello, fellow world builders, authors, DMs, and creators of all descriptions. This is the start of a brand new playlist, so you're going to get the full introduction. This is the WB double E. That stands for World Building, Essentials, and Exercises. It's a long title, and it means a lot. We do about 50% world building. We do about 40% Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition content. Analysis, commentary. About 10%, that percentage is left, it's all over the place. Whatever mood we're in on a given day. This video is all about world building. I'm Lewis Nichols. I drew my first campaign map back in 1986. I've done some writing that you can find on Amazon for Kindle. Search my name. You can find me on Incarnate the same way, because I do some mapping too. My small but growing subscriber base, they seem to think that I have picked up some good habits, techniques along this long journey of world building. I hope, if you're not already a subscriber, that I earned that today. Now let's get to it. First concept: the decisions that you make early in a world building project become the most important. If you're a regular, you've probably heard me say that before. If you start with a map, your future decisions are all influenced by geography. If you start with political schemes, states, and governments, you'll eventually design a map that facilitates those state borders. Maybe your whole project started with this cool idea that you had about mages versus warlocks. Again, that's going to influence everything forward. Wizard schools and patrons are going to be on your mind. That's just the way our brain works. So what about world building by monster type? What if your first decision was, I want giants to be important to the campaign and the campaign world? It doesn't have to be giants, of course. It could be hags, mind flayers, the mighty flump, or a creature of your own design. It could be dragons. After all, it's in the name. You know, that second D in D&D. That's what we're going to do for the rest of March and April. Yep, here on the channel, April is Dragon Month. For now, though, for this video, while we talk about some basics, let's just make it giants. However, as we talk about questions, answers, and decisions, you can sub whatever beastie you desire. Basic concept number 2. World building is about asking and answering questions. So what kind of questions are we going to answer? What is that relationship between giants and Velito? Is this going to vary by faction, with some giants getting along with some Velito? Are they integrated? Giants and humans, elves, each living side by side? Are they separate? Giants living in their lands, everyone else in their own. Are there giant cities with Velito ghettos and segregated neighborhoods? Is one group or the other a conquered race? Visuals are going to be central with giants around. Architecture will be supersized. I picture the homes of giants, the hovels of hill giants, mansions of cloud giants, forge homes of fire giants, urban keeps of stone giants. Then, nestled between, dwarves, half-elves, and orcs, all in their tiny homes. Whole neighborhoods, less spatially significant than a hill giant's manor house. They can even be nice homes, but mere specks among the giants. Is it a city built by giants, taken over by humans? Cyclopean structures, with renovations to make them more efficient for short folks. Each floor of the enormous stone structures are split into 3. Stone staircases for giants with wooden steps for the wee folk to connect them. What about the dwarves versus giant thing? There could be more mono-ethnic kingdoms of dwarves, elves, giants, and others. They're all isolated, alliances constantly shifting. What if all the great heroes fell in a war against angels or demons? Magic has failed, the great warriors are dead. Now the giants can assert themselves. An unstoppable horde of stone, fire, and frost lords invade the elvish lands. Start the campaign with a 10-session losing effort fighting the giants as they sweep across civilized lands. Maybe stage 2 of that campaign is Velito and giants learning to work together when the demon armies invade the central plain. Has the integration been going on for a while? One side invaded the other, but that was centuries ago. Is the ordning a thing? Have religions merged? Do political and economic alliances now supersede the divide of species? Are coins different? Maybe it's all silver pieces, except that a silver piece is 20 times the size and worth a gold piece. What about giant kin, like Etten, Cyclops, and trolls? Well, although I'm not sure my trolls are actually giants. Remember, this is your game world. Do what you want. Yeah, so Giantkin, what about them? There is no wrong answer here, but if the ordning is in full effect, that puts your PCs below an ogre in the social hierarchy. You can see how intertwining the culture of giants and a Velito culture can have huge impacts on everything from music to government. It's going to affect your players as well. Encourage the warlocks to pick up giant adjacent patrons. Push the Path of Giants subclass for your barbarians. What about fighter subclasses specializing in fighting giants or large foes in general? Homebrewed settings are a perfect place for homebrewed feats, classes, subclasses. Make this world your own. All right, well, we are at our word count, but there is one more thing to think about. What if your first decision is to make the turn to stone critters central to your campaign? A land ruled by Medusa, Gorgons, and cockatrices might just be the thing for some bizarro world building. What would happen if there were real world consequences to watching where you were going? If Medusa ruled the cities and Gorgons were as common as deer, well, that's a world that will stiffen your backbone. What strange monsters are central to your world? Tell me in the comments. I want to thank you all for stopping by. I love you guys. Have a great rest of the day. Cheers.